There are so many artists out there, from Jimi Hendrix to Kendrick Lamar to Daft Punk to Taylor Swift, even BTS to the Butthole Surfers. There is music for everyone and everything, and you can easily find your niche in the community that you're comfortable with. And with each community, there's an image that is portrayed. That image coming straight from the artists themselves, through the music that they make and how they handle themselves through the media. And this image is important. It's how people will talk to you, look at you, and judge you. Eminem being seen as an insane murderer turned rapper from his early days to now, that's how most will see him as, and he's done nothing to mask this. Kanye West, this absolutely batshit insane individual, will always be seen as just that, batshit insane. No matter the music that he makes, the things that he says, his image will always be batshit insane. An image isn't always something bad. Sometimes I feel it's good. Almost too good, seen as unreachable. Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Kendrick Lamar, these people are seen as lyrical geniuses, the genius of which that most would think that no other person on earth can even come close to reach. This is their image. Through the music that they've made or the legacy that they've left behind, they are unmatched. But I want to talk about image changes. Most artists get into a rut with their genre of music. Like Cardi B will always make trap rap, and that's all she will ever do. She's stuck in that genre. Adele will always be a beautiful singer. I don't see her stepping into folk or metal anytime soon. But there are some that break the mold and just do what they want. The greatest example of this is singer, rapper, actor, comedian, trendsetter, Childish Gambino. The same man that was on Community as a lighthearted person is the same person that made the infamous This Is America, while at the same time making black-centered content like Atlanta. This is all the same man. And that is Donald Glover's image, whatever he wants it to be. He doesn't want to be tied down to what people think of him. To some, he's Childish Gambino. To others, he's Earn. To him, he's just Donald Glover, a man who came to fame being comfortable just doing what he likes. The same can be said about internet's very own Joji, aka Pink Guy, aka Filthy Frank, one of internet's most iconic people. The man that invented the Harlem Shake, the man that created the world's most recognizable living memes, is the same man that made Dancing in the Dark. George doesn't want to be known as Filthy Frank anymore. It was taking a toll on him and his health. So he left it all and devoted his time to music, a change that he was scared of, feeling that most would shun him for it, and instead gained an even more dedicated fan base. But this video isn't about them. It's about a mistake. A decade-long mistake. The best worst mistake that anyone could do for their image. On January 10th, 2016, America lost David Bowie, one of history's greatest LGBT icons. His music was transformative, and his fashion was iconic. But I can't help but think that we've been labeling David Bowie in ways that we weren't meant to. In a 1972 interview with Michael Watts, David Bowie said, "I'm gay, and always have been, even when I was David Jones." And then, 11 years later, in a Rolling Stone article entitled Straight Times, he said that his declaration in 1972 was, quote, the biggest mistake he'd ever made. Even going so far as to say in a 1980s Rolling Stone interview that he was a closet heterosexual. But it was David Bowie's mistake that made the biggest difference. People even still to this day revere David Bowie as a gay icon. The LGBT community needed someone to tell them that it's okay to be different, that you are who you want to be. Even when everyone is against you, you can still feel right in your own skin. And that's why I feel that labeling David Bowie isn't right. David Bowie was never gay, bi, or pan. I even feel as though androgynous isn't enough for David Bowie. While I know most would want David Bowie to represent the LGBT community, he isn't limited to just that. David Bowie doesn't have a label. David Bowie is David Bowie. There's no real word or title that would represent him more than his own name. And that is David Bowie's image, one that will always be remembered. The image that even after death will resonate with generations years later.